Hi guys, my name is Lelasophia. I am an artist and fine jewelry designer. If you like contemporary fine jewelry, if you like luxury handbags, all things interiors, and I have some fun videos for you. You guys, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, I have a burning question, okay? The board seems pretty split on this one. Almost 50-50 in the luxury community, in social media and kind of in general, in the TikTok world, okay? Is Balenciaga back? Is Balenciaga back? Are we going to be seeing all the new Demna Balenciaga styles, especially bags, because obviously this is my channel, you know, bags galore over here. Are we gonna be seeing them on the streets? Okay, I'm very excited and very curious more so to get into this very controversial topic. But first and foremost, if you guys are new here, thank you so much for tuning in. I can't wait to see you in all of my future videos. Make sure that you like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram, Lelasophia Jewelry. I put out videos every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, and so I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one. Again, I'm going to come from a neutral stand. I mean, it's me, so, you know, she's an opinionated Virgo girl. Okay, so I'm gonna be as neutral as possible, but I might have some opinions about some things. It really is a split board on this conversation. Let me just say that before saying anything in this video. If you are not familiar, if you're new to, you know, the Balenciaga whole situation, Balenciaga, this was like a year and a half ago, from my time of filming right now, had a major faux pas / scandal. Some people can say, you know, much harsher words about it, and some people, you know, didn't really think about it at all in general. I was somewhere leaning over to the first, you know, the first point. I'm not going to lie, you guys, I don't really know that many brands that are safe anymore, / haven't had a major scandal. Hello. I remember friends of mine who vowed never to buy Gucci again. Dolce & Gabbana. Okay, Dior is having a scandal right now. Alexander Wang, I will personally never buy again, okay? And personally for me, my values, I will never buy Chanel again. I know I keep saying that, but I stand on business, okay? Tory Burch and Ralph Lauren also. So I'm just saying I stand on business for what I believe in. And so I'm saying all of these things to say that there happen to be a lot of scandals in this industry, and this one hit very, very hard in the luxury community. And so again, coming from a neutral place, but obviously, you know, I can't really be that neutral. It was horrible. It should have never happened. However, I just want to like hold everybody accountable, I think is the reason why I'm giving all these other examples, because again, keep that same energy. That's my type of vibe as a human. That is me, you know? And so everything, you know, going forward in this video, just keep that in mind, because I am an honest person. I guess, you know, yeah, it's really hard for me to be super neutral because, again, she's an opinionated girl over here. Because I'm not going to lie. Pre-scandal, I am one of the weird few that actually really likes Demna for Balenciaga. I know. The like, I don't know if there's I don't know. It's a very split board. Let me just say that. I'm not gonna name people who like, you know, who are on that side of things, but I've definitely seen a massive community of people who really appreciate that. I even saw Brian Boy had a really good post about the most recent, like literally just a couple weeks ago, the Balenciaga Couture show, because he made a really good point in saying Balenciaga is one of those brands that like, yes, it's complete, like, sure, you can say it's completely, a lot of people are like, oh my God, it's just I don't even know, it's bulldozing over the original point of Balenciaga, and Balenciaga used to be so beautiful, and its couture shows were so, I don't know, like elegant and all these things. And I really appreciated Brian Boy's post. Would I like a little bit, maybe more of that DNA back in there? Sure, that would be really cool. However, it's like we are in the year 2024, you know? In the 80s and in the entire last millennia, people were always like predicting what fashion was gonna look like in the new millennium. And like, this is not that far off from a bunch of those predictions, okay? I'm a weird little art nerd, okay? Think The Fifth Element. Like, think all these weird movies where, like, it was showing the future. Like, Balenciaga now is... Some things that they do are absolutely wild for they do it for the do it, you know, like they do it just to do it. They do it because they can get away with making a chip bag as an accessory. They can get away with all these things that people see as gimmicks. However, if you think about it, we are in a whole new time. We are in the future. We are in this technology age. And so I actually respect the evolution. It doesn't have to necessarily be growth, because I know that means bettering. It doesn't have to be bettering it. You guys can still hate it, but I appreciate, from a weird artistic standpoint, I appreciate that. And I'm not going to lie again just to say I do really, wow, I should not have led with I'm gonna be biased. Go ahead, Sophia, just go off. This is my channel, okay? I feel self-conscious now, but I really like Demna. I really liked Demna, especially before that whole situation. I loved Vetements. I love Enfant Riche de Prime. I love all those weird kind of like edgy whatever. I think the new Og show I already won over was very Demna coded. Very Demna coded. You know, I love me some ASAP, and he is the like complete pioneer for so much fashion, but you have to admit that that fashion show was like very Demna coded. And so anyways, this is coming from me as a Demna lover. I just had to kind of lead with that, because those are just my really honest opinions. I think that some of the stuff was really forward-facing, was really cool, and that's that. I'll let that be that. So let's get on to the bags, because here is the interesting thing. After all that I feel like I had to say, I had to put out on the table so we all can see it. We can see where I'm coming from. You know, it's me. I just made a video on how like I low-key love a chic minimal goth look. You know what I mean? Hello, Balenciaga Demna coded. Here's my thing. It's so interesting to me, because as soon as the new, does it have a new silly name? I mean, not that it's silly, no offense to the whoever made up the name for this new bag, but the City Bag, aka La City Bag. Okay, fine, that was a little bit stupid, but anyways, as soon as that new re-edition came out, I saw so many people say, oh, we're back. Balenciaga's back. We're getting into Balenciaga again. Here's my interesting thing is that, of course, it's me, so I'm always going to say you can perfectly get a City Bag on the resale market for hundreds of dollars, not thousands of dollars, just a couple $100, especially after the scandal. I'm just calling it scandal. You guys can give it stronger or less strong words. I'm just gonna call it scandal because that seems like a neutral thing to do, but especially after that, a year and plus ago, it might have almost been 2 years ago, the time is flying, so I'm a little confused because I can't believe it's about to be 2025. Anyways, especially after that, prices absolutely, you know, completely dropped to the ground. And so I definitely had some friends, personal friends who I love so much because you girls are way cooler than me. I had some friends who capitalized off of that and bought City Bags for nothing, for just a couple $100s, and I love them on my friends. If you know who you are, you know who you are. I love you. Literally, they just look so good. And there's something about, like, there just is so much nostalgia because, again, I was just a wee little teenager during that time, whatever, I don't even know how old I was, but in the early 2000s, my goodness, preteen, I don't even know. The early 2000s, I wish I could have been collecting stuff like that. I wish I could have been dressing. There's so much coolness coded in the Balenciaga City Bag. There's so much nostalgia. I probably repeated that word a couple times. It's just so cool. And so, do I really like the new re-edition? I actually kind of do. This is my favorite of the two bags that I'm gonna talk about. It's my favorite, and you know why it's my favorite? Because they actually, here's where I am gonna give a little bit of credit. I know I probably said I wasn't going to do that, but okay, in my eyes, humbly so, nobody will ever touch the level of seamless transition between Daniel Lee and Matthew Blazy. Matthew Blazy has both of them actually for Bottega Veneta. Both of them have this like magical, you gotta leave, like they leave room for the magic, okay? Magical, come down from the heavens right into their brain, right into their hand to draw out these new styles or however they do it. They have a magical skill, talent, gift, whatever it be, to take an old style and reimagine it so darn well. And so I'm not saying that it's that I don't even know what a nice word to say is, that elite of a process of taking a vintage Bottega style that nobody really cared about 10 years ago and making it, oh my gosh, just so good. Like the Lauren bag, like the hot bag. I can give 1,000 examples. It might not be to that quite level, but Demna did a little bit of a blazy. Demna a little bit, made it a little sleeker, a little bit more chic. That's always the word combo that I use, because for me, that's very future. That's very 2024. The luxury element of less is more if it's done in a certain way. If you follow what I'm saying, then you follow what I'm saying. I know I sound really crazy, because here's the thing for me. Whereas I would not suggest if you got it like that, and if you love Balenciaga and you're over it and you're forgiven and whatever, you have forgiven, not you're forgiven, you didn't do anything. If you have forgiven, all is well, yada yada, and you got it like that and you want this bag, I know several of my creator friends are like, no time was spent between handing my credit card over and the bags just look so chic on y'all. Like they just look so chic. You guys can pull them off so much better than I ever could. However, if you don't want to go for a new one, or if you don't want to save up thousands of dollars, go for the city bag. If it was me, if there was never any scandal, and if I wanted to lean more into the like weird mystical edginess of that I always talk about how I used to dress, I might get a new one. I really, like, there's something about it, again, it's like, it's tweaked ever so much, and I know that's going to be a really split thing that I just said, because a lot of people love the heaviness, the weightedness of the hardware, of the worn-in leather, of the really super buttery leather, by the way, of the old city bags. They love that chunk, they love that edginess, and for me now, in my life now, the way that I've kind of just gone a little, I've always been minimal and boring, but I've just gone a little bit less away from the edgy and more into the like monotone. I almost dress monotone. Not monochrome, monotone, both. And so yeah, anyways, that's a weird way of me saying that to myself, but I kind of like that it's pared down ever so slightly. It's so subtle, and I'm not going to lie, the colors is what does it for me. I did just have, of course, I'm doing research for this video, yada, 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 yada. I did just indeed see a baby pink. The nude is really pretty. The mint green is really pretty. I love your account so much. White Roses in the Rain, and also Peggy Cats. I know you guys are obsessed with the Lecity bag. And that green color, White Roses in the Rain, oh my gosh, it looks so good. And I will stare longingly and drool a little bit at every image that you post about it. And I will somehow, a little bit of me will fantasize about that baby pink and a little bit even more about that nude color. And so I'm really curious to hear all of your thoughts. I think what's going to hopefully transition us to the next bag, why people are even more so loving the Balenciaga comeback, is because their last runway show, I think Miu Miu and them at the same time saw, again, I've said this in a couple of my TikToks or Instagram shorts or shorts, I'm mixing my platform, Instagram reels, that's what they're called, my Instagram reels, where like, unfortunately or fortunately, I said this in a vlog, where it's like, I would never want this to happen, because we wanted Jane Birkin and every amazing, beautiful human being and every human being in general to be here as long as they can be on Earth with us. However, because people became so obsessed, help me. Because people became so obsessed with kind of researching and doing deep dives on Jane Birkin, unfortunately, truly unfortunately, after her passing, Balenciaga and Miu Miu quickly, we talked about this last fashion week in one of my videos, so quickly knew that they were going to capitalize off of that. And so long story, very, very long, I think that a massive reason as to why Balenciaga is having this comeback is because their bags are kind of elite for bag charms. And it seems really crazy, but they knew what they were doing. Okay, the marketing team, if nothing else, you can say the marketing team is on their P's and Q's. They're ridiculous, okay? They use their brains. Okay, again, love them or hate them, they use their brains, because the marketing is insanity, even if it's just to get you to talking about it, because you hate it, it doesn't matter, you're talking about it, in their eyes, that's probably amazing. So the City bag, like is so coated in that, oh my god, just drip out bag charms on me. You don't even need to get bag charms, just put a whole bunch of keys on one side and a necklace and another bag, and while you're at it, all these things. And then they said, no, we're just gonna do the damn thing. When I say that word on here, I never, ever, ever use, you know, harsh language, but we're just gonna do the thing, okay? The Rodeo Bag, my girl who I've never met before, like a little bit, but like my girl who has absolutely no idea who I am, but I love so much, Paloma Alcesser, who, you know, I talk about all the time. Paloma in the show was rocking the Rodeo Bag with charms up the wazoo. And I said, oh, they know what they're doing. I might not like it as much as a lot of other people do. It's just that one is not as much my favorite. However, I get it. Because yes, I may have watched several TikToks just, you know, before filming, just again, research purposes. You know, I may have watched a lot of TikToks on it, and I was like, oh, all right, it's pretty cool. I get it. It's just so Kelly coded that I'm like, I know I'm a very blessed human being and got my girl Prince, for literally the same price. And that's not an exaggeration, actually a little bit less. Yes, I am looking at my phone. A little bit less than the Rodeo bags. I'm gonna stick beside her, okay? Meme reference, okay? I'm gonna stick beside my Kelly. However, I get it. No matter how many bag charms I put on my girl, there's gonna be a whole group of people who are like, it's too prim and proper, it's too nice, it's too this, it's too ladylike, it's too grandma. I love my girl Prince up there. However, I get it. Again, it's not exactly my vibe. However, the Rodeo bags, I'm not gonna lie, I understand the DNA behind it because it's the slouch. It's the fact that it already looks like you threw it across the room. Think all the Balenciaga sneakers that were so big however many years ago. Think the triple S's, think the ones that I don't even know what they're called. They look like a donut on the bottom. They're gigantic. And it's not like Golden Goose does it for like, I'm sorry. Yeah, Golden Goose almost does it for like the novelty of it, but Balenciaga does it for the vibes. Again, you don't have to agree with me. However, I see it. I get it. I do kind of get it. And I'm very curious to hear your thoughts. Again, all of these amazing TikToks that you guys are seeing of people dressing up their rodeos and the new city bags, but like, it's, as you're gonna see in my next video, I'm giving that away. I usually never give it away, but as you're gonna see in my next video, this is the trend. You guys know how anti-trend I am, and now it doesn't sound like I am, but the bag charm situation, like I've always used bag charms, I've always had bag charms, but to this level, I did not realize how healing for all of our inner children, inner teenagers, inner rebels, whatever. I did not realize how amazing it was. And so, yes, I am, you know, you might be seeing a part 3 to my bag charm video because honestly, go off. There's just something about it that is truly the most fun trend I've ever experienced and partook in. I never had the pleasure to partake in, but you have to give credit for these bags that kind of are like perfect canvases and also it looks like they're meant to be bashed around. Like if Balenciaga is literally selling like big chunks of keys as bag charms, I think they're taking that into account with the leather. I need to feel her myself, but from what I hear, the quality's pretty good. So we'll see. I'm very curious, again, to repeat myself, to hear all of your thoughts. What do you think? Have you already bought into Balenciaga again? Did you never stop? Is it off of your list forever and always? I would love to hear your thoughts. I cannot wait. And even more, I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Bye, guys.